So we're at a little birthday party uh, tonight, which is the 2nd of February 2018. Let's see. I met my mom came there with my niece, and we were just chatting there for a minute. And she's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm good. Like just waiting for this crypto market to recover here." And she's like, "Oh yeah, the stocks are down. Everything was down. You know, all markets seem to be down." And she says the cryptos too. I was like, "Yeah." And I don't know what I said to her. I said something like, "Yeah, well, you know, like I don't remember saying read me, but I think I said something like, yeah, I'm maybe joking like, yeah, you need to read me and see where this these cryptos are going here." Just kind of joking around. She's like, well, she grabs her glasses and grabs my hand, starts doing her little thing, and she says, "Your friend Sean's going to be getting a job. Tell Sean he's going to be changing jobs. He works really hard, a lot for that company. He's not going to be working there for too much longer. He's going to find a job somewhere else. He's going to have an offer somewhere else." So I texted him. I said, "Hey man, my mom just said you're changing jobs this year." He's dying to do that because he hates being taken advantage of at this place, but he just didn't have anything else to go to. But so that was kind of funny. But she's like, I still see you retiring early. Your whole money financial situation for you, it's not changing. It's the same. Um, and I'm like, how about these cryptos? You see any kind of like a bit of a recovery, in the near future or anything? And she's like, I feel that maybe in a couple weeks ish, couple weeks, it'll be. It's not going to do too much more. It'll kind of hover around what it's doing now, and then I do feel like it's going to recover, and it will recover very nicely when it does. Something to that effect. It wouldn't just be a little recovery. It would be like a noticeable. Oh, it didn't just recover. We're back in business, folks. You know what I mean? Like something like that. That's my wording. So I want to give you a little update. I wasn't actually expecting to get a reading from my mom. I was kind of joking with her. Again, I got the webbot. I got all this stuff, and I mean, even the webbot. Like, I don't think I read this on when I was doing that. Um, was it the live? Yeah, it was the live stream, I guess, or whatever. I think it was the live stream. Um, but I want to bring it up for a second. And this is the December report, okay? Same report I read just a couple days ago when I was doing the live stream. And there's, it kind of gives a summary in the beginning of everything, and then cryptos in general and all this stuff. And then it starts to kind of label some coins and that sort of thing. And I don't think I ever went to the Bitcoin section. Or if I did, I might not have read you what the entire thing that I was thinking about, that I read actually today. So, come on, Bitcoin. Scrolling down. There it is. So, keep in mind, Cliff High says more than once now, very recently, his data is showing 1/5 the price of Bitcoin is going to be Litecoin. And it looks like that's going to be this year. A little moth just flew by me. That's nice. Small little moth. But so I'm thinking again, $10,000 Bitcoin is $2,000 Litecoin. 20,000, 20%, $4,000 Litecoin. If Bitcoin hits $100,000, that's $20,000 Litecoin. I'm just trying to grasp this. Like I said, I like to tell you what I really think these coins will do in price, and I admittedly say it goes higher than I thought it would. Just about every time. All these different cryptos. So just keep that in mind as you hear what the forecast for Bitcoin is. And as I was talking with Frank today at work, dude, if Bitcoin is anywhere near 100K and Litecoin's in the thousands, even 10, as crazy as 10,000 sounds, or much less 20. Do you have any idea what these other tokens are going to be worth? People are going to be set for life. And I'd like to be one of those. And I'd like for you guys to be one of those too, to be honest with you. Bitcoin, lots of new data sets around the digital asset of Bitcoin with new growth of supporting sets for dynamic year and stellar return on investment, which are added as model space is moved through January. These sets have temporal echoes for a surge into Bitcoin that appears in the last week in February and continue to grow without slowing down across all of the rest of 2018. Keep in mind there's, of course, going to be pullbacks, as you're going to hear, but from start of 2018 to end of 2018, it's going to look like this, okay? And continue to grow without slowing down across all of the rest of 2018 and well into 2019. Note that this is an area of the emotional tones forecast by the data, not the price, okay? While the US dollar is forecast as continuing its decline globally, there are periods in the data where the relative fiat value of the dollar will increase against other fiat currencies, which I think we just saw one of those today or yesterday. But these episodes will be brief, as well as along a continuing downward spiral as Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies gain more presence and gravitas in the global financial system. During these periods, we may well see a brief drop in the price of cryptocurrencies and other digital assets against the dollar within the USA pop markets. But again, the data has such as being very brief, and against a continuing growing awareness of cryptocurrencies and digital assets within the larger mainstream population. I want to stop for a second. I was looking at, someone posted this online. I'm like, they make a good point. And they were showing the Bitcoin price since like I don't know if it was 2013, 2014, like when it started, either 2013, 2012, 2013, somewhere around there. And it showed year after year after year. You thought this whole January and first day of whatever, second day of February was bad for cryptos, and especially Bitcoin, keeping in mind Bitcoin's like a third of the damn market cap of all of crypto, FYI. So when Bitcoin gets hit, the entire market cap looks bad because it's a third of the freaking market cap practically. But I'm looking, there was a 95%, get this, 95% drop in the value of Bitcoin when the whole shenanigans with Mt. Gox started the first time. And then there was some Chinese FUD, there's 40% drop here, 55% drop there, 85% drop. We're not even that bad. Ain't no 85% drop. Ain't no 95% drop. It touched 7,500. Trader Boss said that night, guys, we could very well, looking like we may hit $7,500 late tonight, early morning. It's exactly what happened. He'd been saying this for well over a month too, that if it breached some certain support levels, that target was 75. It nailed 7,500 and immediately bounced, just like Litecoin hit $100 and bounced immediately to 125, 135, been playing around at 128, 126 all day. But I just want to remind you, in case none of y'all are aware of that, we've seen some enormous drops in the price of Bitcoin. And guess what? They were fairly brief. Took a little while to recover. But as we get more and more people into this, I'm starting to notice that these little brief encounters are becoming the textbook definition of brief. Brief. You ain't waiting long before they recover. So, from mid-2019 through 2022, the longer-term data sets are forecasting a dynamic, expanding crypto-technical space business environment that will be playing out as part of and against the backdrop of renaissance and revolution in science, technology, and history. Needs to be remembered that our data sets do not often produce numbers, and when they do appear, they are treated as less than reliable, although the cryptocurrency numbers of recent years have been very accurate, even to the timing. This noted, we do have two different types of numbers around Bitcoin and other cryptos that can be discussed at this time. The first of these numbers are our internal emotional values, which, honestly, I'm skipping right over that. We don't need to know that. You don't need to know that. And then another number is 100,000. Numbers create and dominate the internet, so are diligently scrubbed out of our data sets by our processing. That being said, there are a few ways in which numbers may enter the data, and occasionally those have proven prescient, as has been the case in recent cryptocurrencies price predictions. And I will attest to that. Wow, has Cliff High's data been accurate on the price moves? Note, it can work a number of ways. As of this writing, we have passed over our expected 13,880 prediction price 2 months ahead of its projected timing. It could be, because remember, December came and hit 20K, bounced back down. It could be that in spite of racing past this number far ahead of the schedule, that the price of Bitcoin will drop back to our 13,880 level range during the timing suggested, which is, the timing was before the third week of February 2018. And thus the data was accurate and our assumptions about how it would be, so we're actually wrong, because you would normally think, oh, if it hits 13,880 and it's an all-time high according to the data because we haven't been there yet, you're not thinking to interpret as, oh, we might blow past that, hit it again, go under it, and stay under it for a little while until we get to the actual time frame he talked about, and then it's back to 13,880, right? Bottom line is he gave the number, and I find it very interesting that we're under $10,000 Bitcoin right now for sure. 9,000 last time I checked, and it's got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 8, $4,000 plus dollars, almost 5,000 to go to reach that mark. Third week of February. Something I think what my mom said too. And by the way, remember the video I did? Joe, you're going to get a package sent to you this week. You're getting a package. It's already delivered. It's already in the process of being delivered. I got that package that week. Should have been there Thursday or Friday. We got it Saturday because it got lost in the mail. And they also sent Cliff High a package of the same exact kind. And it too got lost in the mail. What are the chances of that? But again, giving credit to my mom because credit is due. And this is what I told you in the beginning of this video, what she basically just said. In the next couple weeks or so, she felt like there would be a recovery. Long story short, should be a pretty strong and noticeable recovery. Is what she pretty much told me. So let's continue. In either case, other numbers in that same data set from which the 13,880 number was taken are to be examined for potential accuracy in their values, if not their timing. Other numbers continue to squeak through our processing and are within this set. Noting the ambiguity of timing, we need to look at the potential for prescient forecasting as a conditional statement such as below. Model space has the price, given the few numbers we get through our processing, as heading out of the 13,880s before the middle of February. This implies a range-bound period in which Bitcoin will bounce up and down after its 30% correction. This report came out in December, folks. So what he's writing here was written in December. A 30+% correction, and then would be range-bound within the time frame leading up to the third week of February. Is that what I'm reading here? That's a big 10-4. The range-bound period will be another opportunity to develop strong hands. Daddy's hands were strong as something iron. Daddy's hands were something else when I did wrong. Daddy's hands were strong hands, not weak hands, not selling off. If the data accretion patterns are correct, the range-bound condition will continue through January, with mid to late February being the next breakout period that will take the price for Bitcoin into solid $20,000 plus dollar range and establishing a new, now he doesn't use the word dollar, but he says 20,000 plus. Obviously it's dollars. And establishing a new trading range that will be lasting through to into May. Then yet another consolidation over the first part of summer, leading into midsummer, Northern Hemisphere, flight of wealth into Bitcoin forecast to push it beyond $40,000. This is going to be an interesting part. Speaking of party, you're about to hear the word party, because I could so see this happen. Here I am telling you guys during the bloodbath of crypto sell-off, hey guys, would any of you be interested in doing a crypto cruise? We all get together. Just whoever the hell wants to come can come. We'll set up. I had someone message me, Joe, I got a friend that does this for a living. They set it up. You can get discounts, all kind of stuff. If you're ready, when you're ready, contact me. Here's my phone number. And I thought, all right, I'm going to save this in case that day comes where I'm ready to announce, guys, F it, we're all doing it live, going on a cruise. Here's the date and time. Be there or be square. But I don't want to do anything like that in a down market. So in other words, we might be saying in March, oh, by the way, guys, I'm paying my house off. Oh, and side note, after I pay my house off today, we're going to do the cruise thing. Any of y'all paying off y'all's house today too, by the way? I bet you are. And yeah, let's do a cruise. And maybe the damn cruise is this year. But that's I could see where we'd be excited and partying, especially as cryptos are blasting. Like you don't want to go on a cruise today or yesterday, the first and second of February, which what we just saw. You're not gonna be all excited at a cruise looking at a bloodbath. Oh yeah, we're jamming. Again, it's just it's the psyche and psychology of it all. You want to be well beyond past where you're in, looking at a beautiful portfolio. Let's go have a good time, right? You want to be there. And again, middle of the year, it's a good time for a cruise. Why not? Hot weather, be in the pool, jamming, some drinks, having a good time on a cruise. I don't even need to get off the damn ship. Excursions, F the excursions. The damn cruise is the excursion. That's where we're going, people. I'm on a boat. Or as, what's his name? Elf. I can't even think of his name. Boats and Hoes. Boats and Hoes. What is his name? Can't think of his name. What's wrong with me? He's one of my favorite actors. And now it's going to bother me. I won't even be able to continue this until I find his name. Elf movie cast. Joe, you're slipping bad. Will Ferrell. Oh my God, Joe. Step in my office. Oh, and then this guy. Gotta have this guy. Hold on. Right here. You ever have one of those ideas where it's just like, yes! That is that dude. Much respect. Love it. Anyways, back on topic. Without regard to the above, there are those instances when the numbers come through as words, and such linguistics, while rare, have always been present in the past in this work that Cliff-I does. We have such an instance now of a number associated with Bitcoin being expressed as 100, Dr. Evil style, 100,000. Note that this appears in late 2018. It is characterized by being within whispered awe and shouted elation and choked disbelief supporting sets. These expression contexts provide some additional clues, including some sets going to 100K parties and 100K celebrations and 100,000 line parties and other language of a similar nature. These sets are also part of several major groups that are describing a greatly anticipated event crossing the 100K line that will be treated as a global happening, very much like New Year's. Except, let's think about, not except, but New Year's is a global phenomenon. It's New Year's everywhere. Sure, the time's a little different. Midnight here is a little bit different than other places, right? But if Bitcoin hits 100K, Bitcoin hits 100K for everybody on the same day at the same time. Wherever you are, you're celebrating at the same time because it just passed through 100K, period. That will be treated as a global happening, very much like New Year's. Other sets describe the language that will follow the crossing the line day and the many, many references to parties. Some of these language sets include specific to the occasion dances and music, along with other artistic renderings of the moment. There are sets suggesting that large quantities of "Where were you when you crossed the line?" videos and blogs will be created. I'm sure Jason 4 will be asking you, guys, where were you when Bitcoin hit? What were y'all doing when it hit 100K? Oh, I already paid my house off earlier, Joe. You know that. I already told you. Oh, that's right. I was about 6 months before that happened. Yeah, you're right. What else you guys do? What were you doing at 100K? Oh, you bought a second house. No kid. You bought 3 cars. All right. I don't know if I need 3 cars, but hey, you got some money to blow? Go ahead and do what you want to do with your money. Oh, you got your Lambo. Let me just say this. I don't go out and just spend and spend. You know what I mean? I'm if I got some money, I want to buy something, I'll buy the stupid thing, but I'm not reckless. But I think that I'll be honest. If we're seeing Litecoin and at even kind of 20% of a freaking Bitcoin, and what I just read you is telling us it might be a damn, done deal as far as at least, Bitcoin hitting 100K. I'm doing the math in my head, how many Litecoin I have, how many this coin I have, how many that coin I have. I'm just going to ask for a little forgiveness now. That new car that Tesla's, it's not out yet, the new race car, the new Roadster, whatever the hell it is. 0 to 60 in like 2.8 something, quarter mile in 8.8 seconds. Fastest street car, production car ever made. I'm just going to say that might be a present to myself. As much as I look at Tesla and say, how the hell does the stock keep going up? Doesn't make sense. But I'm just going to just throw that out there now. I'm asking for some forgiveness from y'all right now, if that happens that way. And if it happens that way, it's a damn good day for cryptos, my friends. Like a really good day. I'm just going to say that. And yes, my house will be paid off way before that happens. My sister's house, mother-in-law, you name it, done. Taken care of. And there's 1 or 2 peeps I might have to take care of, close friends. Just because. That's why I'm so psyched up about cryptos. How can you be so generous if you don't have money? You can't. You can't do it. But if you do have it, and you end up getting a lot of it because cryptos go crazy later on in 2018 or 19 or whatever, like super crazy. What the hell? I don't, why watch my friends and family struggle the rest of their lives to get out of a damn 30-year mortgage? F that. Got you covered. Thank you. Also of note is that a correction is noted as Bitcoin nears the 64,000 mark. These sets are also forecasting a lot of chatter around the $64,000 question and other puns, humorous setups, and jokes. These accrue to model space ahead of the correction, and many of their authors will be subsequently being lambasted and baited and blamed for the price drop. The 64,000 connections via the linguistics do not tell us on which side of that number we will encounter the correction. But it sounds to me like the correction is going to be downwards if that's the case. The data does not promise a correction. Oh, pardon. The data does promise a correction, albeit brief, that will be physically shocking, producing vomiting and fainting. Yet another Bitcoin move in the 30+% range, only now in numbers so large as to have jokes about Bitcoin price swings making people puke. And if you think about it, when Bitcoin, the Chinese FUD came out, Bitcoin was $5,000 something. It went down to the $2,000 something range. Huge sell-off. 50% drop. Get out of my face. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. 55% I think is when it dropped, or how far it dropped, if I recall. Went on to make new highs. Incredible new highs. $5,000 and went down to $2,500 or so. Yep. It went to $20K. It went 4 times the value of that move. Right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're getting all nervous and scared about these. Don't be scared off, man. This is new stuff. It's coming. You're going to miss this thing if you sell off. The good news is I haven't had anybody email me, Joe, I just sold off. I got scared. That's great. I love it. So I just wanted to share that because, again, I'm looking this morning. I showed you the little screenshot in my car in the very beginning of that video. Man, I'm looking these 4 or 5 coins right here. That one's down 38%. Holy crap. So just a little update. Just want to share that with you. Glad my mom said she, next couple of weeks or so, she said, I feel there will be the recovery and it'll be a good one. Something like that. Again, I didn't write it down. I wasn't videotaping the damn thing, but to words like that, nonetheless, it'll be a good one. It'll be a noticeable, like a good, oh yeah, we're back. We're back in business. That's how I took it. And that would be, again, later on in February. That's all. So part of this Webot report did talk about May. Another correction should be coming. If you look at the general stock market rule of thumb, sell in May and go away. Except we're talking cryptos, quick recovery, back onto the races. But we now have 2 points to look at. May, maybe you might want to sell off some stuff to scrape a little profit, sit on the sidelines on some cash or whatever. Or if Tether's good at that point, it's fine. Dump it into Tether and then get back out of Tether into the coins you want to. Oh, 64K is coming, guys. It's 60-something thousand. It's getting there. Jason4 here, guys. Remember that old Webot report from December? I think I'm going to unload right now a good bit, because Bitcoin might be about to get slammed. Remember that old Webot report from 8 months ago, whatever, 6, 7 months ago? Taking a chance. You know what I mean? I'm not going to take a chance and unload a huge amount of my portfolio. What if it doesn't happen that way? It's not. I have a hard time with the risk. But I don't have a hard time risking a percentage of it. Maybe 25, 30%. Let me just sell it off and see what happens here. Oh my God, it worked. Get back in. Boop. Thank you. Write it back up another 30, 40%. Oh, lovely. Right? That's the name of the game. But you don't want to be reckless either. So take care.